Welcome to the Playful Life podcast. I'm your host, Krystal. Growing up, I struggled with my weight, self-confidence, and body image, and like many in my teens, I developed an eating disorder. I battled codependent behavior, and it all affected my mental health. As the years went by, I learned and grew in healing, and I found serenity, really in empowering others to let go of their pasts and to embrace their own leadership in their health and well-being. Now it is my mission as a coach, author, speaker, and podcast host to inspire and empower you to live your best, most playful life. On this podcast, you will hear from our guests about their personal struggles and breakthroughs in their health, careers, and relationships. You'll also receive tips, knowledge, and inspiration to tackle your own health goals and start living the dreams on your heart. Ready? Let's play. Hey, Denise.
Hey, Krystal. How you doing?
Much better now. Oh my goodness. That first COVID vaccine shot kicked my butt.
Yeah, I feel you. Yeah, I just got my second one also. The first one, it was, not so pleasant. The second one, I was like, whoa, why am I tired? My arm is sore.
Yeah. Did your arm get sore when you had the first one?
My arm got sore when I got the first one, but it wasn't as bad as the second one. The second one, I literally took like a whole day off the next day. Like, well, not off, but limiting my movements.
Oh boy.
Because like the first one, I was like, ow, this kind of hurts. And the second one, I was like, no, I refuse to move my arm. Like,
and you're like a dance teacher and a gymnastics coach and trainer and all this. So like,
it's totally. a little rough.
Gosh, yeah. So when I got it, it was last Wednesday, and I had two clients that I had to train in the evening, and I was like, because somebody had told me like if you keep moving it, it's better. Yeah. So I was like, oh right, and I'm like, I'm gonna be fine. I'm not gonna let this drag me down. So I'm moving my arm and doing all this stuff, and then like the next day I was like, So, wow. And then, over the weekend, so that was Wednesday, and over the weekend, I still had, I don't know if it was that or if it's just my immune system was just being funny and I caught something else, but then like my stomach was all messed up and whole thing. So coming out of the weeds, I'm going to be like, I'm going to need like a Xanax or something when I go for my second shot.
Oh my gosh. But really though. Something.
So any of y'all listening, you got one.
It's insane just to think about. I mean, like I was like Wednesday, I was like, okay, I was fine. But then like Thursday, I was like, nope, not really. We're not doing it. But I mean, it's nice to be like, okay, I got those 2 shots,
Yes.
So far so good.
Yes.
Haven't mutated or anything or gotten sick, knock on some wood.
There you go. Right. Yeah. So hopefully you can, we've been kind of out in the world already, but like just going out with a little bit more like, ease.
Exactly.
Yeah, for sure. So this is the first like kind of episode in this series that we're going to be doing. And they'll get to know you, of course, on this podcast more, but just for the background of everybody listening or watching, Denise and I have been friends now for a couple of years, and I like cannot believe that in my adult life I have found somebody who is such a kindred spirit with me, and we have so much in common, and we're like on a similar path in like our careers and just everything. We're both like in love with musicians, so it's just it's a really it's just a great friendship. And so I thought it'd be a really cool idea, inspired by another podcast that we enjoy together, to have these talks. And so we had a brief meeting before this, and we said, we're going to have like a quote that either one of us, brings to the table, and we sort of talk about that. And then a topic, like a hot topic for the week, something that one of us has on our minds, whether it's business or health or, whatever is going on. So that's where we're at, guys. So, so look up Denise if you obviously want to get connected with her. She's what is it? DC Fitness? Tell us.
Yes. Okay. Well, let me tell you, I got on Facebook, I have two pages. I have DC Fitness. And then I also have, all right, I think right now it's Denise Marie Shante Coleman. And that's like my dancer page. I don't know why I did quotation marks because it's the actual dancer page. I don't know. Anyways, it's my dancer page. You can look me up there. Yeah. And then on Instagram, it's I don't know if I recently changed it, but right now let's just say it's still Shante Marie.
It
And
is.
that's
Yeah, I just tagged you in something.
Okay, perfect. So I was like, I was thinking about changing it because no one knows who Shante Marie is. Shante Marie is my middle name. And for a while I was like, oh, that should be my stage name, but that never happened. So it's Shante Marie, but it's CH, yeah, as in Shante. So yeah, check me out. You know, if you like something, let me know. If not, then let me know too.
That's awesome. Yeah, awesome. Cool.
Yeah.
So I love it because I think Shantae is actually the verb that means to sing in French.
All
So,
right.
I mean, I know you're a dancer, but I think it's
Yeah.
really cool and fitting that your middle name is, somewhat related to the arts.
My parents were so smart. Good job.
Yes, they knew.
Actually, I think they got that off of I think it was some R&B singer in the 90s was named Shantae. So
yeah, okay.
there we go.
All right.
That's funny.
Very cool. So yeah, okay, Denise, what is your quote that we're going to be talking about today?
Hold on, I got it. Oh, well, it's from Wayne Dyer. I love Wayne Dyer. He's this very much into personal development and spirituality. I can't say that word today. Into the spiritual realm, and very much just I don't know. I've been reading his books for years. But anyways, it's from him, and it says you cannot always control what goes on the outside, but you can always control what goes on the inside. And I like that. And this is like I think from Manifesting Your Destiny. And I like that quote because I mean, also as health coaches and personal trainers, I think that also has to do with food too, what food that you can put inside your body too. You may not always be in control, the weather or traffic or what someone says, blah, 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 but you can control, the way you react to those things, or, what food you're putting in, the way that you're seeing the world, what is your perception? Like all this stuff is happening around you, yes, but like what's going on here? What's going on here? What's going on here? That one kind of hit me because, our world is crazy. I mean, I feel like we say that whatever year we're in. People are like, back in my day, the world was crazy. I was like, well, today is crazy too. Nothing's changed.
It's a whole nother level, okay?
Yeah. Like, I think the world's always going to be crazy, but at least we can control, what's going on in here. And then I think that's what matters the most and how we perceive life.
Oh my gosh. I love that so much. That is, yeah, so true. And it applies, like you're saying, to so many things. And so I've been really getting into like the practice of stoicism. And it's been like, I noticed that I've been on a path like with it for maybe the past 4 years or so, but I feel like I really want to like hone in on it and like sort of make it like a daily practice. So I got this book and it's 52 weeks of like all these different exercises that you could do, each week. And, it's teaching you sort of like the art of practicing stoicism. And I think like that's a really good summation of what it is, because I think a lot of people are very, have like a very negative connotation about what they think stoicism is. They think it's not having feelings or being very detached from like reality and other people. And I mean, really, it's that concept. Okay, what is in my control and what isn't? And we find that list is actually very small. The things that we can control about something. And you're right, it really is like your perception and how your attitude, right? And all of that. So yeah, that's awesome.
Exactly.
So the exercise in this book this week was taking a problem, an issue, something that's been on your mind, and like writing it down in your journal what it is, and then writing to yourself in the second person So
Okay.
giving yourself advice from like a perspective of you should do this, or I see that you're doing this, or like if you were to, send a letter to a friend and give that
Okay.
person advice, right? So that
Yeah.
you're like getting out of your own head and an emotional attachment to it.
Interesting. I
Because
kind of like
like,
that.
yeah, because it was like, sometimes we're like, we find it easier to give other people advice,
Yeah.
where
True.
we say, well, I would do that, or I think you should do that. And then when it
Yeah.
comes to us, we're not as willing to like take our own advice about things. So
Yeah. I feel that. Yeah. Yeah. I kind of like that exercise. That's interesting. Very interesting.
yeah.
I may take that when I have some, problems come up. Like, okay, you, like that'd be a good one. I like that.
Did you just
Taking that.
motion to maybe make a sock puppet that talks
I
to
was trying to
yourself?
point to myself. Yeah, I was like, there we go. You.
Because I love that idea. Yes.
Yeah, or a sock puppet, like, like
We
you.
should
What's the
create
problem?
sock puppets that are
Oh my
like
gosh, that'd be
our
so
like
funny.
personal therapists that talk to us.
That'd be funny. I do need to work on my puppetry though, because for when I say long ago, so when I used to work with Sesame Street Live, we had to take like puppetry workshops, and I got a chance to also go to the Sesame Street workshop in New York City, which was really cool to learn from like people who did the puppets on the show, and like they make it look so easy. I'm like, oh, I'm just moving my hand, right? Nah, bro. Like one time, like one of the puppeteers, like from the show, was just like talking with his hand, and I'm like sobbing. So I'm like, this is so beautiful. Like you can see the
Wow.
emotions like conveying like just through his hand, and I'm just like, how are you doing this, sir? Like
Oh my goodness. That
it was
is
so
so
good.
cool.
It was so good. So needless to say, I need to practice because it's been how long? But yeah, oh my gosh, that'd be so fun. It's also
That's
so
awesome.
silly, and I like it.
Right? Yeah, it's very playful. Very playful.
Yeah, why not? Uh,
Awesome. Awesome. So the topic that we were going to bounce around today was to text or not to text. And although I feel like this conversation could go in many directions, I would like, right? Like, should we always communicate with people via text or should we call them? Let's not even go there. But more from a business point of view. So as I've been getting more clients and like wanting to keep them accountable and stay in touch with them, and me and you are going to have events and different things that we want to start promoting, right? And I have been getting tuned in to some people that I follow with like a text message sort of service, and like Lori Harder does it, and then we joined this Own Your Own Future challenge together with Dean Graziani and Tony Robbins, and like they've been texting me nonstop.
Yeah.
And I find that like sometimes it's helpful and I really engage in it, and then sometimes it's not. So Denise, what has been your experience with it? Have you opted
Yeah.
in for any text like that, and what do you think?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, like you said, the same thing with the challenge, and I also have a few other, I guess, people that send me text messages on a daily from a business perspective, and stuff like that. And like sometimes I do like it because sometimes it comes at like that right time. Because sometimes it may just be like they're sending a quote, or like because I do one. She's like the breath work lady. I don't know her name, Sam Shelley, I want to say. But anyway, so her whole thing is about breath work. So sometimes literally her text messages may be 1, 2, 3, breathe. And it's like, you got this, whatever. And it's just like Sam Shelley, like something simple like that. And I'm like, oh, that was awesome. Thank you. Because I was like in traffic or something like that. Other times I don't really care because it's just like, oh, 3 seats left for this, whatever, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, okay, that's nice. Anyways. But when it comes to clients, I usually just ask the clients, what their preferences. Like right now I have a client, we do like a weekly phone call. So we talk every week, but then every day to check in, she'll text me,
Right.
She's like around our age too. So I feel like more people are like, I don't want to say like, I don't know, 30 and younger, maybe 32, 33 and younger, they usually communicate through text a lot. And that's majority, not everyone, I don't want to say everyone, but majority, I feel like we just are used to texting. That's just how we are used to communicating, and stuff like that. But if it's like someone new or like someone you really need to like, actually hash it out and like listen to their voice and like actually hear where they're coming from, then yeah, I would say phone call. Especially if you haven't really met them before, maybe text to set up the meeting, but then be like, okay, let's do a phone call or, Zoom call or Messenger or something, to kind of
Yes.
like, this is connecting the face with the, name and, I'm a real person, not just like a machine. So that's how I
Yes.
feel about it. So
I love that. I love that. Yes.
yeah.
So I'm digesting what you said here, and what I'm gathering, and this is how I feel about it too. So I agree with you, is that
Hmm.
when it's useful information,
Hmm.
like you're saying, like the breathwork lady, right? Or from Lori, sometimes I'll get like, how's your business going today? What's one thing you're working on, right? Like,
Yeah.
I like those types of things. I think when it's only marketing to me,
Yeah.
I get really annoyed.
Yeah,
I'm
exactly.
like, really? You're just marketing to me like constantly, and you're not like, there's no value there, right?
Hmm.
So yeah, I like this conversation because it needs to be a balance of,
Hmm.
hey, I've got this thing going on, or I'm going live in the group now, or something. That's a nice like reminder, but it can't be all that. It also
Yeah.
needs to be, a healthy tip or something, or a link to an article, or like you said, just a simple quote or something about,
Right.
staying on your goals or something. Yeah. So I really like
Hmm.
that. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I think that's a tough one too. Yeah, because I feel like texting can just be so like, whatever, like nonchalant, and it's just like, no, this is actually a business. Like,
Yes.
I
I
think
think
that's a tough one too. So I don't know.
the cool thing about it that I found, at least with those texts, is that like only people I know have
Hmm.
my phone number,
Yeah, that's
right?
true
Like
too.
I feel like there's a lot of like, I get a lot of marketing through emails, and like
Hmm.
Facebook Messenger is a great way to get in contact with people and message people that you kind of know, their acquaintances,
Hmm.
but like your friends, right? Like the people that are sort of in like your extended bubble have
Yeah.
your cell phone, and those are typically the people who text you, right? So
Yeah.
I feel like there's that level of like, I'm in the friendship zone as your coach or whatever it is, if I have your phone number and I'm actually in that text stream. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I like that
Yeah.
though too. Yeah, that's true. We really don't have that many people phone numbers nowadays.
Yeah, right? It's
So
weird. It's like I could
yeah,
just, I mean, even you can make calls on Facebook Messenger or,
exactly.
Instagram or any of those things too. So it's like you really don't need to have
Hmm.
people's personal phone numbers. So I don't know. Yeah, it's a whole interesting world. And I think I would much rather put my focus with my business into something like that than like
Hmm.
learning TikTok
Yeah,
or,
no.
oh my God.
Oh my gosh. I know, and it's getting so popular now, and I'm like, should I just bite the bullet and just try? I don't know. I put one video up there, and that's about it. Like, and that was to like enter a contest or something, and like I didn't even get like close. So it's just like whatever. But it's just like so much out there. I'm like, I don't even want to try to even
Yes.
learn and then like take time editing videos. Like I already do that for like Facebook and Instagram, which is
Hmm.
already a pain
Hmm.
because each
Right.
platform has its same like a different like format to uploading and yada yada algorithms. Yeah,
Yes.
like now to add on another thing.
Ugh. Yeah. It's
Yeah,
overwhelming for
I need
sure.
a manager. So if anybody, no, I need an intern, my social
Hmm.
media intern. No.
Oh my gosh. Yes. Well, if you find one, let me know.
That's what I need. Oh goodness.
So let's like, I guess before we wrap this, like have maybe an accountability piece that
Mm,
we
mm, mm,
have
mm.
together. So
Okay.
Denise, what are you working on
Mm,
in your business this week?
mm, definitely promoting. Oh, There we go. Well, I don't know when this is dropping, but just promoting. So I'm teaching again this Saturday, 2 classes this time, promoting for, I guess, the next challenge that we have coming up next week. So
Yes,
I got these.
anytime.
Oh, I don't have one near me, but it's okay. I got these like postcards I was telling you
Yes.
that I was getting. So I've been like, I placed them at the dance studio I work at, and then just finding different places to put them, and then I'm hoping, getting people for the class, if they like my class, like, hey, I also do this challenge as a coach, if you need extra help with your fitness goal. So basically it's promoting, and let's just say to get another person signed up for the challenge. Boom.
Awesome.
For next week.
I love it. Yes, yes. So May 10th is our, date on that one, next 21-day challenge that Denise and I are running together. And I don't know that we put a theme on this one. So
we didn't.
I was going to throw it out there to do like a step challenge, kind of like just to get up and get more steps in. So like, influence or inspiring people to park further away from the building, right? If they're going into the store or work or whatever. And like if you're at work, like, and you go to the washroom, like take the long way back to your desk, or just stuff like that. I guess like we can come up with different ideas, but I thought that'd be cool.
It'd be like stepping into spring, even though it's already spring.
Oh, I like that.
But
yes.
We can do something like that. That'd be fun.
Yeah.
Stepping
I have
into
a client,
spring.
her kids like play softball and stuff. So I was like, hey, you're at a softball field. Like, you don't have to watch them like the entire time, right? Like, you can get up and like walk around the soccer fields or softball fields or whatever. So even that, like encouraging moms to, get more active and like rope some other moms or dads into, walking with them or something when they're at practices or games. So
especially at practice, you don't have to just sit there. Just practicing. Might as well you do something too.
Right, exactly.
That'll be fun.
Yeah, cool. Yay. Okay. So if you want to get in on that 21-day challenge, contact Denise or myself and we'll get you in there. It's a fun time, right? And like we do it and I love, the accountability piece of it for sure. So
exactly.
Awesome.
And it's fun just to see other people ideas and, and different workouts people do. Like, it's great. I like the little community that we've been building lately. So it's fun.
It's good. Yeah, I know. It is. And I've learned, just like you said, I've learned from people just being like, hey, this is what I do, or this is this recipe I found, or the whole extract thing. Like,
right? Dude, never would have thought.
Like so amazing. I was like, I don't just want like a vanilla or chocolate, protein replacement every day. Like, let's jazz it up. Let's make it different. Right? So,
awesome. So cool. Because like some of those, I'm like, she just made like a macadamia nut cookie without it being a cookie. Like, what? Mind blown. Like, what? This is awesome. Definitely agree.
See all the fun you could be having if you get in the group with us. Oh my gosh, don't miss out. Do it. All right, Denise. Well, thank you so much for joining me. I don't know. We're gonna have to think of a name for this series. So maybe we'll put that out there to the masses if you're watching this and you think of a fun name that we can call this series of episodes with the two of us, then let us know. I feel like it should have something to do with smiling because I feel like we've been smiling at each other like
that's like what we do all the time though, so I don't know.
I
know. That just happens a lot.
Like if you're watching this and like you don't smile at all, like I don't even know, like you must have your eyes closed,
right? You must. Something must be wrong. I don't know what's going on, Miguel.
All right. Well, Denise, have an awesome rest of your week. And
you too. Thanks for having me on.
Next episode together.
Dun, 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 dun. Yes, you too, Krystal. Have a good one.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you so much for joining me on the podcast today. If someone you love would benefit from this message, please, please share this podcast with them. And if you want more out of your life, not just surviving every day, but you want to truly thrive, visit me at crystallizedhealthadvisors.com or on Facebook to to schedule your free dream strategy call with me today. Do not hesitate any longer. Life is short, and I want you to truly live the playful life. I will see you next time, and as always, stay playful.